For years, Silverado owners have been asking Chevrolet for one thing: a dependable, no-nonsense V8 engine that prioritizes reliability over gimmicks. After countless complaints, service bulletins, and frustrated owners dealing with lifter failures, it appears Chevy finally got the message. The 2026 Chevrolet Silverado is reportedly dropping the complicated cylinder deactivation technology, a move that's already being praised by truck fans, mechanics, and engine experts alike. This change marks a major turning point for Chevy, signaling a return to traditional truck values: simplicity, strength, and long-term dependability. Let's dive into why this matters, what's changing under the hood, and how this move could redefine the Silverado's reputation among serious truck owners. Chevy had no choice but to listen. The outcry from Silverado and Sierra owners has been impossible to ignore. For over a decade, GM's active fuel management (AFM) and dynamic fuel management (DFM) systems have been controversial. While these systems promised improved fuel efficiency by deactivating cylinders during light-load driving, they also introduced a complex network of lifters, solenoids, and oil passages. And that's exactly where the trouble began. Thousands of owners across North America started reporting lifter collapses, valve train failures, and engine breakdowns long before 100,000 miles. What was supposed to be a clever engineering innovation quickly turned into an expensive headache. In some cases, repairs cost between $3,000 and $7,000, sometimes more than the truck's value after a few years. By 2024, reports of failed GM V8s had grown so widespread that even regulatory agencies began investigating the issue. The message from truck owners was clear. They wanted reliability over efficiency, and it seems Chevrolet finally listened. The 2026 Silverado, back to a proven formula. According to multiple sources within the automotive industry, Chevrolet's upcoming 2026 Silverado will offer a reworked small-block V8 that completely eliminates cylinder deactivation. Instead, Chevy is focusing on mechanical simplicity and bulletproof engineering to restore the Silverado's reputation as a dependable workhorse. This isn't just about nostalgia. It's about building a truck that performs under pressure and lasts for decades, exactly what truck buyers expect from the Silverado name. The new engine design reportedly focuses on 5 major improvements that make it stronger, smoother, and more consistent in real-world driving. A simpler, smarter V8 design. The biggest improvement is what's not inside the engine. Gone are the complex lifters and deactivation mechanisms that were once the heart of GM's dynamic fuel management system. Instead, the 2026 Silverado will feature a fixed cylinder design, meaning all 8 cylinders stay active all the time. This design removes roughly 20% of the moving parts in the valve train, drastically reducing the chances of failure. Oil flow is now continuous and predictable, with fewer internal pathways to clog or leak. This kind of straightforward mechanical design is exactly what truck mechanics have been demanding for years. To complement that, Chevy has also reinforced critical components within the engine block. Expect thicker bearings, upgraded oil pumps, and more robust connecting rods designed to handle continuous load without fatigue. The result is an engine that doesn't just run smoothly, it's designed to survive everything from heavy towing to harsh climates without breaking a sweat. Why performance won't suffer? You might think removing cylinder deactivation means lower efficiency and performance. But according to powertrain engineers familiar with GM's V8 development, that's not necessarily true. In the real world, drivers who use their Silverados for work, towing, or hauling rarely benefit from cylinder deactivation anyway. During those high-load conditions, the system doesn't engage. That means the real-world fuel savings are minimal, often less than 1 mile per gallon. By removing the system entirely, Chevy is actually creating a more predictable power band and smoother throttle response. Without the constant switching between 4 and 8 cylinders, acceleration feels stronger and more immediate. Drivers can expect similar horsepower and torque ratings, around 355 horsepower for the 5.3-liter and 420 horsepower for the 6.2-liter, but with a more refined and durable feel. The power delivery is steady, consistent, and confidence-inspiring, exactly what truck owners want when towing a trailer or passing on the highway. Expert insights: what professionals are saying. Mechanics and engineers across the country have been quick to praise this move. Many of them have seen firsthand the problems that cylinder deactivation systems can cause. Mike Reynolds, a GM-certified technician with 25 years of experience, said, "I've replaced dozens of failed lifters on GM's AFM and DFM engines. They're clever systems on paper, but they don't hold up in the real world. Getting rid of them is the best decision Chevy could make. It'll save owners thousands in long-term repair costs." Sarah Kim, a powertrain engineer who once worked for a GM supplier, agrees. "Cylinder deactivation helped meet emissions goals, but it came with trade-offs. Once reliability issues began to surface, it became clear that simpler is better. A permanent 8-cylinder setup can actually improve overall engine life." Jake Torres, a fleet operations manager, offered a business perspective. "Our trucks rack up hundreds of thousands of miles. We don't care about 1 mile per gallon. We care about uptime. When a truck sits in a shop waiting for parts, it costs us money. A simpler V8 is the best thing GM could do for commercial users." These expert opinions reinforce a broader truth. Real-world reliability matters more than laboratory fuel tests. The trade-off: fuel economy versus peace of mind. Yes, the new V8 might use a bit more fuel, but for most truck owners, it's a small price to pay for long-term dependability. The potential difference could be as little as 1 or 2 miles per gallon, hardly noticeable when compared to the cost and hassle of engine repairs. In fact, some analysts believe the loss in fuel economy will be offset by new advancements in software tuning, ignition timing, and combustion efficiency. By optimizing the camshaft and throttle mapping, Chevy can achieve smooth, efficient performance without shutting down any cylinders. And when you consider how most trucks are actually used, towing boats, hauling trailers, carrying gear, cylinder deactivation rarely activates anyway. So, in real-world driving, fuel savings are often negligible. The trade-off is clear: a little more fuel for a lot more confidence. Chevy's redemption story. This decision isn't just about engine design. It's about trust. For years, the Silverado's reputation for reliability took a hit as stories of broken lifters and failed engines spread online. Owners who had driven older Chevy trucks for decades began to lose faith in a brand that once symbolized durability. By bringing back a simpler, more reliable V8, Chevrolet is signaling a new chapter, one that respects the people who use their trucks for real work. It's a move that says, "We've heard you. We're fixing it." And it's not just lip service. Chevy is reportedly enhancing its 10-speed automatic transmission to handle torque more efficiently and extending engine warranties to reassure buyers who value peace of mind. This kind of transparency and accountability could help GM rebuild its relationship with longtime fans who may have drifted toward Ford or Ram in recent years. What to expect from the 2026 Silverado lineup? The 2026 Silverado lineup is expected to carry over its main powertrain options: a 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder, a 3.0-liter Duramax diesel, and the 2 V8s. But this time, both V8s will likely come without cylinder deactivation hardware. The 5.3-liter V8 will target mainstream trims like LT and RST, while the 6.2-liter V8 will continue to power premium models such as High Country and ZR2. Both will pair with Chevy's 10-speed automatic, tuned for smoother power delivery and reduced heat during towing. The driving experience should feel more traditional, stable, strong, and consistent, with none of the hesitation or rough transitions that DFM sometimes caused. Expect improved durability ratings, better towing confidence, and more predictable long-term maintenance costs. Chevy is essentially returning the Silverado to the kind of dependability that made it famous decades ago. Why this move matters so much. In an era where automakers chase fuel efficiency through software tricks and hybrid technology, Chevrolet's decision to focus on reliability stands out. It's a reminder that sometimes progress means taking a step back to what works. Truck buyers today want technology, yes, but not at the expense of dependability. They want features like wireless connectivity, safety assists, and comfort. But when it comes to the engine, they crave simplicity and strength. By dropping cylinder deactivation, Chevy is proving that it understands its customers better than ever. It's an admission that not every innovation is an improvement, especially when it comes to machines meant to last. This move could also set a precedent. If Chevy's updated V8s deliver strong reliability numbers in 2026, other automakers may follow suit and rethink their own cylinder management systems. Final thoughts: the Silverado's comeback. The 2026 Chevrolet Silverado represents a pivotal moment in GM's modern history. By removing cylinder deactivation and focusing on long-term dependability, Chevy isn't just fixing an engine problem, it's restoring the trust of an entire community of truck owners. This new generation of Silverado engines will likely deliver everything buyers have been asking for: strong, consistent power, easier maintenance, long-term durability, a smoother, more natural driving feel. And yes, it may drink a little more fuel, but the payoff is worth every drop. For the first time in years, Silverado fans can confidently say their truck is built for the long haul. Not just for the EPA test bench. Chevy finally listened, and the result is the most reliable Silverado V8 in decades. Because in the end, real truck owners don't want fancy tech. They want an engine that starts every morning, pulls every load, and never quits. The 2026 Silverado's new V8 promises to do exactly that, the way a true Chevy should.